Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on another one. We appreciate you. So today we're changing it up a little bit. We're gonna be working on the Duramax again. The other day, I noticed this headlight over here was getting a lot of condensation, and also this like film's coming off. It looks really ugly. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be pulling both headlights out actually, and we're gonna be finishing blacking them out. I'm just gonna black out these two amber reflectors here. These have no bulbs, they're just reflectors. So we're just gonna paint those black, and that way the whole headlight will be blacked out. So I've never torn these headlights apart, but plan on doing it the same way we do it for other headlights. Just throw it in the oven, 150 degrees for like 10 to 15 minutes or so, and then you can pull the lens off the housing for the headlight. Should come off pretty easy. If not, we'll have to figure something else out. But I already went and took off the little plastic cover up here. So I'm just gonna take off the grill. Makes it just easier to get the headlights out, and then we can start removing the headlights. I'm gonna do this one first, and then I'll do this one on camera, just so I get the whole general idea, because I've never done it before. I don't want to be showing you guys information that's not true. So to take these headlights off, I believe it's just these two bolts here, and then one underneath, and that comes off, if I remember correctly. So yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna do this one first, and then I'll be back with you guys when we go to do that one. We just got done with this headlight, blacked out the reflectors, cleaned out the whole interior of the light, the inside of the lens, and then put it back together. And then I sanded the whole lens down to get rid of all that clear coat that was on there, that was peeling off. It's not 100% perfect. You might be able to see a little bit of it down there, but I can always go back and finish it off. But yeah, all that sanded off, and then we just went around with some compound. Went with a cut compound first, just to get all the scratches out from the sanding. And then I went over it with some of this Meguiar's plastic stuff, which is kind of like meant for plastic headlights and stuff like that. And yeah, cleaned it up really nice. So now if I was just going to get like the headlight lens nice and clean, I'd go with a Cerakote headlight restoration kit, which I'll have linked down below. I love that stuff. Works really, really good. Which I'll probably end up doing this with the headlight restoration kit just to make it look even better. But for now, I was really just going to get the clear coat off as much as I could and clean up the lens, and I think it looks a whole lot better. If you look at how it was, so you can see how all the clear coat's like peeling off, and now it looks better. So that's what this video is going to be about. We're just going to be essentially blacking out the ambers and then cleaning the entire lens, trying to get it back to normal and restored. So let's go ahead and get this headlight off and walk you through the process. Alright, so first we're just going to remove the two bolts that hold the light in. Those are easy. Already got them loose. And then the last bolt holding this light on is actually behind the bumper. Kind of just put a ratchet up there, a 10mm socket, and just all you gotta do is loosen it. It's just it just kind of slides in. Just loosen it up a bit, and then you can pull the headlight out. So now that you have all your bolts out, you can go ahead and slide the light out. And you can now begin unplugging stuff. So my headlights might be a little bit different than yours. These are aftermarket, so they came on the truck when I got it. I didn't put these on. But I just have one main plug here, and then I have a red and black wire that I actually have to snip off. We'll connect those later. So just go ahead, pull your main connector off, just like that. And then like I said, I just have a little red and black wire at the bottom. I'm just gonna snip those, and we can connect those later. Snip those, and now we can pull the headlight off. So with this headlight off, first thing I'm gonna do is flip it over. We're gonna pull the headlights out and all this wiring out. That way, I don't have to worry about it in the oven. I'd rather pull it out and be safe, even though I probably don't have to. So these ones just twist and come out. These are your turn signal, marker light kind of things. And then take a Phillips screwdriver and just unscrew this little screw that holds the harness in place. Just be careful, you don't want to damage the bulbs. Just undo the little clips that hold these bulbs in place, and you can pull out these LEDs. Mine are LEDs, yours might not be. Now we've pretty much removed everything we need to, or should. I think you can probably keep those in, I don't know, but I'm just going to remove them just because I don't know. So now we're going to put the oven at 100, I think the lowest this one goes is 170, yeah. So start preheating the oven, 170. Once that gets to 170, we'll throw the headlights in here for like, I normally do like 12 minutes. Sit it in there, and then we can start pulling the lens off, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but it's honestly not terribly hard. So now just pick a corner to start in and just start prying it away from the housing. Take your time, be gentle with it. You don't want to risk breaking anything. So now that we have this apart, I'm going to remove this piece here, and then we're going to pull the interior of the light out of the lens cover. It's just held on there with the glue, so we might just have to heat it up and pull it out. And then we can mask off so we can paint the ambers. So what we want to do is mask off just these orange parts. This is one piece. So yeah, I just, on the last one, just took some masking tape, a little roll here, and just wrote it all the way around the outsides of the orange pieces, and then we can paint it. So I'm just going to do that real quick, and then yeah, we can get to spraying it. Now that this is all masked off, we can spray it. I just have this gloss black paint and primer all in one spray. Nothing crazy. Shake it up a little bit, and then just apply a light coat. Just like that. So we let this dry. I'm just going to use this time to clean the inside of the lens, clean the inside of the little bucket here, and just make sure, like you can see, it's really, really dirty underneath. There's dirt that gets in there, so you just want to make sure you get all that cleaned up. And that way when we put it back together, it's as good as it can be for the time being. So this has been sitting for a little while. So I'm just going to go ahead and start unmasking it. Just be gentle. Slowly peel the masking tape off. That looks pretty good. So I'm just going to clean this up now, and then we can start throwing it back together. I picked up some of this silicone from O'Reilly's. This is just like a windshield glass sealer. It works good with headlights and taillights. On the last light I didn't really get all the glue off. I just kind of added more, which is really all you got to do. What I did, I put this on, put everything back together, the lens on, and then I threw it back in the oven for 10 minutes. That way this glue would become liquidy, somewhat wet again, and then I just pushed it down even more, and it sealed up. So that's what we're going to do with this one. So now I'm just going to clean this up, like I said, and we'll start putting it back together. Alright, now we can go and screw this little guy back on. Make sure it's sitting in the right spot, right about there. And the little screws go on the inside. Just want to take this silicone. You want a pretty decent layer down in there. That way we eliminate any chance of condensation or moisture getting into the lenses. Once you're comfortable with the silicone all around, we can put the lens back on. Just really push it down. Start putting your clips back on it. Let that preheat, and then we're going to put it back in there for another 10 to 12 minutes or so. Let that original glue kind of loosen up, become more liquidy, and then we'll just let it cure with the lens cover on there. And yeah, that's really it. And once that's done, hopefully all we can do is hope that there's no condensation and moisture getting into the lens. But that's what we're going to do, and then we can get on to sanding and restoring the lens itself. Okay, headlights back on the truck. I did kind of mask off around the outside, that way you don't have to hit it with the sandpaper. You don't want to be touching the paint with the sandpaper if you don't have to. So we're ready to start sanding. As you can see, if you can see all that clear coat peeling off the headlight, we're going to try to make that as minimal as possible, kind of like I did with the headlight over there. So to do that, we're going to start with a wet sand 600 grit. That's what I did with the other one. They recommend like 800 to 1000 grit, but because it was really not coming off the other side, I just used 600 grit and it worked pretty well. Then moved to 1000 grit, 2000 grit, and then I have a 3000 grit like little pad. And then once we're done with all those, go ahead, I hit it with this ultra cut compound to try to get all the scratches out, and then finish it off with this Plastex polish. So yeah, let's go ahead, clean this up real quick, get all like the fingerprints and stuff off it, and then we can start sanding it. Alright, so I've been sanding it for about an hour now. I hit it with the 600, the 1000, the 2000, and the 3000 grit. And as you can see, it's not perfect. You can still see where the clear was, but it's not peeling anymore. It'll blend in very well when we polish it. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean this off, and then we can start polishing. They're going to look just fine once they're polished, so it doesn't really bother me too much. I might hit it a little bit more with the sanding pad, but yeah, I can't be out here all night trying to sand this thing. If I was trying to get this perfect, it'd take me a few days. But yeah, we'll finish this up, polish it, and then yeah, we'll move on from there. I probably will hit it with a Cerakote headlight restoration kit, and it'll probably make it look pretty much perfect after I'm done with that. So I'm not too worried about it. I might just try to patch up this little hole right here, make that blend in a little bit better. Same with that one up there, and then yeah, we'll break out the DA. Okay, got the holes gone. Just like a line now. It's all good. I'm gonna take the DA. I'm gonna take this light pad, slap that guy on there, and then take some of this ultra cut compound, shake this up, about 5 drops on the pad, and I'll probably hit the light twice with it just to get all the scratches out, or most of them anyways. And then we can switch to the Plastex, I think it's called, and probably do 2 coats of that as well, and then should be good to go. Okay, so I hit it twice with the compound, once with the Plastex, and it looks like literally brand new. You can barely even see the line where the clear coat is. Yeah, it looks super sick. It's like a tiny bit cloudy, but the trim or the headlight restoration kit will fix that up. But overall, yeah, I'm happy with it. So we're gonna leave it like that. That headlight's done. That headlight's done. That one looks really good. So once it cures for a little while, it looks even better. So we'll go ahead and clean up the bumper, get everything all situated, get the front end back together, and I think we'll be done. Yeah, everything I used today, so the pads, the Plastex, the cut compound, the DA, I'll link everything I used down in the description box below if you guys want to use this exact process. And like I said, I'll also have the headlight restoration kit linked down below because I love that thing and it works 100% like nothing I've ever seen before. So I'll have that linked. But yeah, if you guys want to do this with your lights, it's really not that hard. Like I said, all we got to do is put the thing back together and we'll be done. So the first light took me a while just because I was kind of experimenting with things. Second one, I mean, I've been working on it for 3 hours and that includes sanding and everything. So yeah, turned out really, really good. and I'm happy with it. So truck's back together. And there she is with the lights on. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it came out. So yeah. Oh, this piece I literally was pressure washing the truck the other night, and the paint just ripped right off. So as you see, that's black and that's carbon. Yeah, all I had left was some carbon wrap, so I just vinyl wrapped it carbon real quick. So Alex, if you have some black wrap, hit me up. Need that. Headlights look good. I'm happy with it. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video for today. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But catch you guys in the next video. Peace.